so I'm really sorry there wasn't a video yesterday. I was really busy because I went up a mountain. As you can see, I have changed the background. You can see the sea behind me. If you can see the sea, but yeah, you can. So that's quite exciting. As you can see, we set sail and away from where were we? Lanzarote. Yesterday we were in Tenerife. Yesterday we were in Tenerife and we went up a volcano mountain thing called Mount Teide, and my dad's mouthing like every word to me right now, which is a bit weird, but yeah. So yeah, we went up this mountain called Mount Teide, and we went there by cable car, and I was really scared, and it was like 3,000 meters up, and we had to go by cable car, and I really don't like heights, so I was really scared. So I was like hugging my dad, and okay, I'm gonna get to the point. Yes, I'm gonna get to the point. Okay. Anyway, so I was really scared. I was hugging my dad and looking at my feet and stuff because I really didn't want to look at the view. But when we got to the top, it was so cold. It was snowing. Well, no, it wasn't snowing, but there was snow on the ground, and we didn't actually go right to the top because you can't. My dad is making panting noises now. You can't hear it, but what? Oh, and when we were up there, because we were so high, there was like less oxygen, so it was quite hard to like breathe, and you felt really lightheaded, and you found it really hard to breathe, which just it wasn't very nice. But I didn't really like it. On the way down, it was a bit better, but because like there were pylons at there were 3 pylons at certain points of the journey down, and they would basically hold up the pole, the metal pole, and it basically made every time you got to like a pylon, you go down, and then you'd suddenly drop, and it would make everyone would go like that, and it was really annoying. And that like scared me a bit more because I don't like that sort of thing. But yeah, it was a nice place to go to. I quite enjoyed it, except the mountain. But yeah, so today we went to where did we go? Dad, where did we go?
We went to Lanzarote and saw the heat in the ground and the
Sorry, I'm really not very good with names. We went to Lanzarote, and the first thing we did was go to, because basically all the land was ashes, like black ashes of volcanoes that had erupted, and they had to grow crops in this like field of ashes, and it was quite weird because you wouldn't think they'd be able to do that, but if they dig deep enough, they found like soil that was good enough to like my dad's speaking really weird phrases. Soil that was like good enough to grow plants in. So they find that, and the life there was apparently really hard because they had to try and find the soil that was good enough to help grow the plants. So they still do actually. Shouldn't be past tense, but anyway. but we went right into the middle of all the volcanoes, and it was basically they called it the national park because there were so many like craters and volcanoes, and we went in the coach. We went in the coach that on this road that they had built, and there were lots of rocks around us, and it was all the soil and mountains. They're all like really steep and red and black, and really they were quite red and also because of the volcanic ash. But we got to this restaurant thing, and we got to this restaurant thing, and we did some experiments with the with the ash, and the person there puts what did they do first? I can't remember what they did first.
The ground was still hot after 300 years after the eruption because the magma under the ground was still at 250 degrees C.
There's my dad for you. Anyway, so
Count how many times Jessica says in her vlogs.
No. Stop. So stop making really weird faces. Anyway, so no. Stop it! It's really annoying. They put water. Wait, did they? Yeah, they put water into a crater the mini crater that they made, and it basically exploded, and it went bang, and loads of smoke appeared, and steam or smoke or whatever. That hurt. And they'd had dug a massive hole in the ground, and
that's 30 ums.
Stop it. I just can't remember half the stuff we did today, and I don't know why. So
every time
they're gonna get bored, you know. Okay, so they had dug this massive hole in the ground that went down, I don't know how many meters, but the rock underneath the ground was all black, and you could feel the heat coming out of the hole, and it was really weird. And they used it to they used it to cook the food at the restaurant. That was quite cool, but we didn't get to try any. But that was really interesting. Then after that we drove up this volcano. Stop laughing. This volcano, and it was there was a really, really good view, and you could see like all the land and the other volcanoes and craters and things. And then what are you doing? No. I will put you on camera. I'll put you on camera. Okay. not doing that. You could see all the land and then the volcanoes, and then you could see the sea, and just in the distance you could probably just about make out this island. And I think, where was it? It was Puerto Ventura that you could just see in the distance. And Africa you couldn't see, but it was a few 100 kilometers away from where we were, which was quite interesting. After that, we drove down to this place where there were about 50 camels, and they let us ride them. So you had the camel, and then there were like 2 baskets on each side over the humps, and you could sit 2 by 2 on those on the seats on the camels, and they were lying down like that almost, and it was really weird. And they let us sit on there, and then when the camels were ready to go, the people got them ready to go or something. We went. The camels suddenly got up, and it was really weird because it was like a massive jolt of them getting up, and then we had a 20-minute walk on these camels. Not walk on the camels, but you know what I mean, like camel trek. Apparently,
not Star Trek. Camel trek.
Over the volcanic dunes.
And it was over the volcanic dunes, as my mum just said, if you heard that. And that was really cool, but I didn't get to sit next to my mum or my dad because they decided to sit next to each other, which was a bit annoying.
The camel owner.
Then we went back to the ship, and basically we just relaxed and went up to the sail away party and looked around the part of the ship that we hadn't seen. So that was our day. So I'm going to end the video here, and I will probably see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye!